Hello, Stitchers. Welcome to Stitch Please, the official podcast of Black Women Stitch, the sewing group where Black Lives Matter. I'm your host, Lisa Woolfork. I'm a fourth-generation sewing enthusiast with more than 20 years of sewing experience. I am looking forward to today's conversation, so sit back, relax, and get ready to get your stitch together. Hey, friends. Hey, it's Lisa from Black Women Stitch and the Stitch Please podcast. And as I say every week, this is a very special episode because this episode features none other than the very first of many podcast interviews for Patterns by Dee. Yay! Now, Patterns by Dee is a very active person on social media. She has YouTube channels, plural. She has social media pages. She connects people through social media and, makes it very social, social, SEWCIAL. We're so punny. But no, I'm so happy to welcome you fresh off of a release of a pattern, the one that she's currently wearing. And if you are on the Patreon, lucky you get to see this gorgeous video of the gorgeous Dee and her gorgeous piece behind her. Is that in denim or is that linen?
This is stretch fabric from Joann's. It's blue. It's a navy blue cable knit design.
Listen, I mean, Joann's will fool around and surprise you.
Yes, you got to go through their stash really good. Mm-hmm.
You look up and it's like, oh, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's
and
nice.
They have so many colors. That's why I had to get a lot of their colors before they went out.
That's excellent. All right. Well, we're gonna learn more about that. Okay. Welcome, Dee. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for speaking with me on the Stitch Please podcast today. And welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's just an honor to be on your show. Trust me.
Thank you. I'm truly glad to have you. So tell us your sewing story. How did you get started?
Oh, man. A lot of people, especially my age, I know you all know about home economics in middle school. That's where I started in seventh grade.
Really?
Seventh grade, sewing a pillow and enjoyed every single minute of it.
Wow. What do you remember about the pillow, if anything? Do you remember anything about it? Do you remember the color?
I do.
Oh, my Lord. Please share.
Was yellow with black bold letters, and it had I'll be sure on the front of it when everybody liked I'll be sure back in the day.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. I was going to put LL Cool J, but I just put I'll be sure on it. Something easy and quick.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Listen. If y'all weren't there, you had to be there. And it was absolutely case. I'll be sure singing How I Tell About whatever the Night and Day.
Night and Day. Yep.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you. And the crowd went wild. I mean, really. And
and I was in seventh grade.
And you made like a fan pillow. Like
Right.
You didn't have concert swag. It's like you got concert swag at home, girl. Get on this sewing machine and make you some concert swag. You got posters from Spencer's because Spencer's sold the posters.
Yep.
And then, or maybe you got them through Scholastic School Fair because sometimes they would have posters too.
Yeah.
But
it was the Hype magazine that used to have posters inside the magazines.
Oh my gosh. I love this can-do spirit. I love a can-do spirit. It's like I'm in middle school. I know what I like. And I got posters that came in a magazine that helped me like what I like. And now my sewing.
The fashion back then was, oh my God, just so awesome. From Mary J. Blige, New Edition, all of them.
I mean, it was really interesting time to kind of, how do you imagine any of the silhouettes or things like that you might remember from those days? Do they shape the way you design and the way you style yourself today?
Yes, it does. I was in the baggy clothes stage back in the day when I'm an artist too. So when I drew, I used to airbrush on people's clothes, their faces and their names and make posters of like graffiti and stuff.
Wow.
So I guess the 80s hip hop era back in the day, the real colorful type of era.
Yes.
The loose fit, comfortable type of clothes.
Very bright too, loud.
Very bright. Yes. That intrigued me a lot. when I saw this inspiration picture of the sassy sweatsuit, I just knew I had to make a pattern out of it.
I mean, tell us about the sassy sweatsuit. It is a really lovely look. It is a two-piece garment with a very wide cowl neck that can be off the shoulders, two shoulders or one shoulders, depending on how you wear it. It is something you make with a stable knit fabric. But tell us about like the inspiration and like what it takes to go from, I see this really cool garment, to saying, now I'm going to pattern that out. That feels like a big gap.
Well, I know everybody is on Pinterest like 24/7, just looking for ideas and looking for different styles and stuff, right?
Not me. I had to get rid of Pinterest. It was not good for my mental health.
Oh.
So Pinterest is not allowed to be on my phone. I was making cinnamon swirl pancakes 3 times a week. I was, I cannot be trusted. And so I had to step
The
away from
recipes, yes.
for the reasons of my mental health. There was too many ideas.
Pinterest is very addictive. And when you want to do like a memory board or anything, that comes into play when you can just stick and paste on your memory board. And when I flipping through, when I saw this, I saw it and I was like, wow, it's not a pattern out there for this outfit. So I was like, oh, I can make a pattern.
Yes.
And that's when I started like drafting, and the Pattern Making Academy by Mimi G got me really, really intrigued on how to make my own patterns.
Wow.
So that's what got me into making patterns. And when I saw this, I said, yeah, I got to make a draft or a muslin out of this. So this is my second inspiration make, but my third pattern I released.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. That is
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Can you share with us a bit? You talked about yourself as a visual artist, as a painter, as someone who would, use like spray on people's clothes and, reproduce their images. Is there a connection between painting and doing that kind of art on a garment and making a pattern for a garment?
I think it is for me when I do my cronies.
Now, can you say what that is?
Cronies are outfits that you draw on paper on a steel model of a stick, like a stick model, a stick person, or what have you. And when I see something, I have to draw it to visualize how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to put it piece by piece together.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it also, I haven't been drawing for a while, but when I started doing the cronies, I was like, I'm getting back into the rhythm of drawing again, of creating again, of visually seeing things that I want to make. So
that's so interesting because I had done some research on patterns for a previous episode, and they were talking about why line drawings are so important. And one of the people that I read said that line drawings are a universal language. That you can look at the line drawing of a garment and say, and kind of imagine what this could look like, right? Like if you put in your own fabrics or whatever. Is there it's just your comment is making me think about a universal language that you as an artist have the ability to create in this language. How does that connect, you think, to the way you construct your garments or style or how you visualize a look?
Well, when it comes to lines, my art teacher taught me that you connect a line with any type of line. If it's zigzag, if it's curvy or anything, it always comes to a creation of something. When you see ruffles in a shirt, it's curves. When you see like even like a straight line of a waistline is straight. But
Yes.
it just all depends what you see. If you see it, you could put it on paper. It's just lines that connect to each other. And that's how you create.
Wow.
That's how I see it.
That's beautiful. That is a really beautiful description of this process. And it really does emphasize how there is so much art and craft in making and creating in this way. So you said that the sassy sweatsuit was your third pattern. What was your first?
The first pattern was this jumpsuit that I named in memory of my mother called the Johnny jumpsuit. And
Oh.
it has pleats on around the collar, and it's a cut off sleeve,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just tight fitting around the waist, and it's just wide legs. And that was
Oh,
something that
yes.
she would have worn if she was still here. So when I
Oh,
saw it, and it's from an inspiration picture too, but I put my little flair to it
yes.
to make like, to make it like, okay, this is something my mom would wear.
That is really beautiful. It's such a beautiful way to honor her memory and
Hmm.
to, share her story with
Thank
other
you. Thank
people.
you. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. That's really
And
beautiful. So
it
your
was,
jumpsuit
mhm.
and that this was, it sounds like it was kind of themed after, the 70s or late 60s. Or late 1960s, that kind of era of that.
Hmm.
How would you can define your mom's style and how it showed up in the jumpsuit?
My God. She was classy. Like, I mean, we look just like twins. If
Hmm.
this is her sitting here, this is how we look so much alike.
Wow.
And um it was just my style. Her style rubbed off on me. And we're
Mm.
almost the same type of same type of clothing. That it was just we just wore the same type of clothing,
Yes.
and she was just classy. She liked off the shoulder things, a little bit sexy, a little bit flirty.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes.
that was just her. That was just her, real classy.
Just beautiful. It's a
Hmm.
beautiful story, and I do want you to tell us about the second pattern. But I
Hmm.
see some of those same descriptions,
Hmm.
flirty, classy, in the sporty sweatsuit.
Yes,
I've
yes.
definitely noticed there's so many different variations. I think one of the ones that I really love is when you have that sport trim band that
Hmm.
is kind of
Mm,
going
mm,
vertically.
hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
from like the mid shoulder down to
Yeah, the three
it's
stripes. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it emphasizes the athletic
Hmm.
elements of it,
Hmm.
but in a way that's just so unusual. So yeah,
Right.
so it's really great to see that your design philosophy in the
Hmm.
way that you created this tribute pattern in a way to your mother
Hmm.
is also an organic reflection of your own style. Hey, friends. Hey, I know you're enjoying the audio version of Stitch Please, and thanks so much for listening. But you're missing out on all the great stuff going on behind the scenes. That's why I'm inviting you to join our Black Women Stitch Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you can see all the video versions of the podcast. Plus, you get some amazing swatch cards. You know how much I love these swatch cards. Look, see how cool these are? I Oh wait, you can't see them because you are not yet on the Patreon. So when you join the Patreon, you'll be able to see this, me showing you these amazing cards. We also have some great perks at the other tiers, like discounts, swag, office hours, and more. Don't be the last sewist in the group now. Head over to patreon.com/blackwomenstitch or click the link in the show notes and become a Patreon supporter today. We truly cannot do this without you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it
that's
is.
just really
Thank you.
beautiful. That's really
Thank
beautiful.
you so much. It is. When I did the three stripes, it was just something, a hack that I get Carmen from Black Sewing Network.
Hmm.
She was just, maybe you could do a stripe or something more. I was like, hey, that's a good idea. Why not? Just to hack it up differently,
Yeah, yeah.
putting stripes on it vertically or horizontally.
Yes.
Something, I mean, putting polka dots, anything. You can do
Hmm.
anything to a garment to hack it up to make it your type of style, to
Yes.
make it your type of, yeah.
Yes. Now tell us about that second pattern. You said that you have a second pattern. The first one was named for your mom, and then we know the
Hmm.
third one is the current garment that we are looking at here, the beautiful image. What
Hmm.
about the second one?
Second one is called the Party Peplum shirt. And you can see
Oh,
how it's like themes to my clothing.
yeah, party peplum. Like, who doesn't want that? Like, who's going to be the person that says, no, thank you. No party peplums for me.
Right. It is like something that you could party in, you could wear tights with, or jeans with, or just by itself. That
Okay.
it looks like a shirt dress.
Nice.
But you can wear it as a cover up with some tights. Yeah, yeah. You can
Mm.
hack it up to where you can have a short peplum, a long peplum, or both peplums put together.
Wow.
Hmm.
That is amazing. Now, what made you think about the party element? Is it because it's so versatile? What gave you the idea of party? Because there's so many other P words you could have chosen, but party just seems so fun.
Well, because it matches with peplum. Because I try to find a P, like a P, a fun P word with
Yes.
peplum. So
Yes. I got
so
it. So you making sure you have that alliteration, that
yes,
that
yes.
repetition sound. And so you got that with the jumpsuit, and you
Yep,
got it with the
Johnny.
sweat, the
Mm-hmm.
Johnny
Yep.
jumpsuit, and then the
Mm-hmm.
sweat. I
Mm-hmm.
see it. I love, but
Yes.
it's not like
Yes.
it could have, it's also a word that's very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, go ahead.
No, but the party peplum is just, you can have a party with it. You can have fun with it. I mean, it's
Yes.
almost like a dress where the peplum, it shimmies when you turn your waist and your
Oh,
hips. So
wow.
yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, that's catchy. Party. Hmm.
And also, you don't get a lot of, I don't think we get enough occasions as adults
Hmm.
where we can spin in a circle in a dress that does. Honestly, when was the last time you did
Right.
that?
Right. Right.
Not
Yeah.
long. I bet you
Right.
did a little bit of a shimmy in the
Hmm.
party peplum, but if you do like a full circle and that just starts going,
Right.
that's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, it waves. Yeah, it's a wave to it. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's
And
gorgeous.
it's short in the front and long in the back, so it almost looks like a tail off of a tuxedo.
Oh, I
Hmm.
have seen it. It's a
Hmm.
gorgeous combination, and it's that similar again with the button up,
Hmm.
very kind of buttoned up, conservative, style lines from like the neck
Oh,
down,
right, right, right.
but
Hmm.
then the peplum comes in, and it's just like we are here for fun. We are here
Right.
for if you're in the front, you're here for a good time, not for a long time. But if you're in the
Hmm.
back, you're here for a long
A
time too.
long time. Right. Right, right, right. Yeah, but all of them have themes where the Johnny jumpsuit, the party peplum shirt, or dress, whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
and the sassy sweatsuit.
Wow.
All of them are, hey, sassy, fun, and cute.
Very, very true. Very, very true. Now, can you talk a bit about pattern hacking? You mentioned that earlier when you were talking about how you added a sport band, a three-stripe
Hmm.
sport band to the sassy sweatshirt. What does pattern hacking, kind of give, or what are your thoughts or opinions on
Well,
that?
pattern hacking is throwing your own type of creativity to any pattern, any indie pattern out here, where you could put your own look to it.
Hmm.
From slashing, from cutting off a sleeve, or adding a funny looking cuff. I mean,
Hmm.
anything from making the garment into a jacket.
Hmm.
Um, I did that with the party peplum shirt by hacking it from a shirt to a jacket that you can wear in the
Nice.
spring or in the fall.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, anything like this shirt here, you can add a hoodie to it. It's just something that creates to make it feel like it's yours.
Yes.
Yeah, just the
Yes.
creativity you have, you can add anything to a garment, anything.
It's almost like rather than hacking, it's almost like a form of customization. But maybe those
Correct.
go together. Maybe hacking
Yes.
is customization, is that you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it work for you.
Correct. Correct. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's really wonderful. I was also going to ask about some of the work that you've done on your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
spend a lot of time teaching people, and maybe you don't see it as teaching people, but I think you spend a lot of time teaching people, showing people, helping people to sew better.
Mm-hmm.
And your channel does such a beautiful job of I don't know. It does a beautiful job of promoting your work, but
Mm-hmm.
also helping people to develop confidence in their skills?
Right. Well, I'm like getting into this my YouTube type of thing where trying to be more comfortable verbally
Hmm.
talking and
Yes.
demonstrating my
Yeah.
skill. So YouTube has made me open up to get
Okay.
more, get better at it. Watching other people's YouTubes, learning from their creations and how they speak and how they demonstrate.
Yes.
And I just want to teach people what I have learned over the years,
Mm.
because I'm self-learned myself.
Mm.
I didn't go to school for none of this.
Mm.
I like I said, took it up in home economics, but I just had a joy and a love for it. But I'm
Yes.
also a hairstylist over 30 plus years.
Wow.
So I just wanted to get out of that and find my niche into something else, and that was
Mm-hmm.
sewing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I gotta get a YouTube channel going.
Tell us a little bit about YouTube and about like what some of your goals were in starting the channel.
Well, my goal was to, I guess, get more viewers to subscribe to my channel. That was my first thing, and to
Okay.
doing a lot of those sew along lives. I used to do those on Saturdays during the week, and I'll probably get back into it. But now my focus is to, getting my patterns and stuff going. But yeah, I just wanted to build up my subscriber following on YouTube. So
Mm.
that's what got me into doing more videos on sewing and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I am a subscriber.
Thank you.
I am one of your subscribers, and you all can find Patterns by Dee at pattern space by dot D,
Hmm.
Dee.
Hmm.
And you will see an amazing, what she says is quick. Quick for her, pattern hack of No Me 2065
Mm.
blazer.
Yeah.
This is the blazer that was designed by Erica Bunker, who
Hmm.
has been a previous guest on the
Yes.
podcast.
Yes.
And so you took her blazer
Hmm.
and you hacked it. Can you talk about what changes you made with that?
Oh
But
man.
I loved it. I
Uh-huh.
love that modification so much. So just
Well,
selfishly, I was like, thank you.
it's a hack that is good for busty women as
Mm,
myself, that we need a bra to wear with certain garments. And when
yes.
I looked at her blazer, her back is open.
Yeah, the
And I
whole
was
back
like,
is
"Ooh,
out.
I need something to, to hold me up. So
Yes.
I need a bra."
Hmm.
And I made a bra cover for the back of her blazer. And that was the hack that I did for her
Ah.
blazer. Right,
Wonderful.
right.
It looks so great and it
Hmm.
looks really organic
Hmm.
and
Okay.
connect. Yeah, it really does. It
Thank
looks
you.
really great. It's a true modification.
Hmm.
It's not as startling. Like, you're not trying to make it stand out.
Right.
You're trying to make it more functional.
Correct.
So the way that you kind of created that cover,
Hmm.
I thought did a really beautiful job of basically extending the reach of her design
Hmm.
to
Okay.
other folks who, would need a bra to feel more comfortable.
Right,
I,
right, right, right.
I
Correct.
certainly, I am certainly that person. I said, listen, if I don't
Me
have a
too.
bra on, I'm gonna step on them and hurt myself. And then where would I be? So I got to put them in something.
Oh, right.
So
And it wouldn't look right just for the bra band to be seen, you know,
yes,
to not make it her blazer flat. It wouldn't make it flattering to me. It wouldn't. So.
yeah, the band as you created it
Hmm.
did such a great functional purpose,
Hmm.
but also it also enhanced the design, at least in its usability for someone like myself
Right.
who would like to wear a bra.
Because I've
Um,
also seen people put lace in the back of it to
yes,
enhance it, and that was pretty too.
yes, I've seen that too. I think
Hmm.
there's so many ways to create.
Yeah,
There's a reason why all of us are so different.
yeah,
You
and
know,
that's what you would call a hack.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Now, we are near the end of our time, and I have to ask you the question that I ask everyone on the Stitch Please podcast. And it
Okay.
is this: the slogan of the Stitch Please podcast is that we will help you get your stitch together.
Hmm.
Patterns by Dee. What advice do you have for us to help us get our stitch together?
Okay, never ever give up. Always follow what you love and what you desire for the future. Don't ever give up. If somebody tells you you can't do it, don't listen to them. Do it and love what you do. That's
Wow.
all. That's all I got to say.
That's a word. And what else is there? Amen is what I got to say.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today. Tell us where we can find you so we can follow you on the socials and every place.
Thank you. You can follow me at Patterns by Dee. You can follow me at Patterns by .D. on YouTube. That's it. That's all my followings. Patterns by Dee.
There we go. You
That's
can find
me.
her Excellent. And thank you so much for this wonderful conversation.
Thank you, Lisa. It was a joy. And thank you for having me.
You've been listening to Stitch Please, the official podcast of Black Women Stitch, the sewing group where Black Lives Matter. We appreciate you joining us this week and every week for stories that center Black women, girls, and femmes in sewing. We invite you to join the Black Women Stitch Patreon community with giving levels beginning at $5 a month. Your contributions help us bring the Stitch Please podcast to you every week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. And come back next week and we'll help you get your stitch together.